knock down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control.
Yikes!
So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.
Scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by
the pool,
the court, the course,
the track. GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
StopTextStopWrecks.org. StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made
Yellow Light and the Ad Council.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfire.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes.
Generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and make a plan for the future and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit
in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
And we welcome you live to the Dome in Rosemont, Illinois. Game 2 of this afternoon's doubleheader to open up the season for 2026 softball. Roosevelt against Illinois-Springfield. Just underway with game number 2. Rosie Bartoletti leading it off here for Illinois-Springfield and drawing a walk to start the ball game. And as we come on the air, we will warn you again where you've had some during the last couple innings of the first game today. We had some. May have to disconnect our stream and try to reconnect again. So again, we apologize for the technical issues here today as Scroggins now batting, squares to bunt, pushes it down the third base line about 10 feet, and it'll be fielded at third. Throw quickly to first base here, and it looks like it was in time for the out. As on the plate, Bartoletti winding up going to third base now, and so Illinois-Springfield across in the 7th inning. And now we play here in game number 2. Wine in the first pitch here. That's going to be bunted to the left here by Olivia DeLuca, batting here now for Illinois-Springfield as we piece together the batting orders as well. We've been working on our internet connectivity issues as well, so we're multitasking here a little bit. And we thank you for your patience as DeLuca now stands back into the batter's box. So an early chance at scoring. So DeLuca stands in now in an 0-2 situation. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that'll miss down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes now for DeLuca. So Illinois-Springfield able to pick up their first win of the year in game number 1. Roosevelt trying to bounce back to get the doubleheader split here this afternoon. As we play just underway in game number 2, getting underway a tad late due to the length of the first game. As Katie Luzzy is in the circle to start game number 2 here for Roosevelt. Here's the wind and the pitch from the right-hander. Swung on. This is hit well into right center field, and that will be, I believe, in for the base hit. A run will score from third base. Yeah, it was in for the base hit. Got shielded by one of the infielders as that ball was hit to right center field. And so Springfield wasting no time playing a little small ball here, bunting runners over, getting them in on a base hit. And now here's Pulliam to the plate for Illinois-Springfield. First pitch up in the zone, swung on and fouled back out of play, and it's 0-1 for Pulliam. Oh, we have snow outside as the weather worsening a little bit outside, but not too bad in here. I'd say about 65, 68 degrees. Not bad at all. Wide now in the delivery. Missing outside. And that'll run it now to 1-2. Sophie Rivera, the designated player, will be batting next for Illinois-Springfield here in the top of the first inning. UIS, the quick 1-0 lead. They're playing in their gold jerseys with the black lettering and black pants. Roosevelt, the all-black jerseys today. Black tops, black pants with the green numerals and lettering and white trim. Some dropouts here. There's the fastball missing inside. And that'll run it now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3-2 here. Bartoletti began the inning with a walk. Glitter came around to score. There was a sacrifice fly on an RBI single, and that's where we stand here in the top half of inning number 1. Next pitch here, swung on and pulled foul wide of third base. And payoff pitch on the way. And a riser swung on a miss. Runner from first going, throw to second base, and short hopping in, so it'll be a stolen base for Olivia DeLuca as there are now 2 down in the inning. And that will bring up Sophie Rivera here for Illinois-Springfield. So DeLuca stealing a bag and in at second base. And here again is Sophie. Next it'll be Bailey Mashing, the third baseman, due up after this at bat here for Illinois-Springfield. Next pitch, that'll be a strike on the outside edge to make it a ball and a strike. UIS last season had an outstanding year. Roosevelt was 17-31, 11 of 17. 11. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And we'll look down there at the runner at second base, but everybody holding on here. And now it looks like it's a 2-strike situation here. 2-2 the count on the scoreboard now. Illinois-Springfield an early 1-0 lead in Game 2 of our doubleheader on a snowy Friday in January here at the Dome. And they leave one. And at the end of a half inning, your score is Illinois-Springfield 1, Roosevelt coming to bat. You're tuned to Roosevelt University Softball.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships and countless more individual championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA-sponsored sports.
Just as important as being champions on the field.
The pool.
The court. The course.
The track.
GLIAC student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC on a hit in the top half of the first frame. And so we are now ready to go for the bottom of the first inning here in game number 2 of our doubleheader. And the first pitch to Ella Dvorak, missing outside, 1 ball and no strikes the count. Ella, the left-handed batter, back into the batter's box now. And the 1-1 pitch to Dvorak. And then he'll miss outside, 2 balls and a strike. For the Lakers then, it'll be Rebecca Urbanek batting second and at DP, a designated player here. As Ella Dvorak again getting the start in right field for the Lakers here in game number 2 by Borowski, batting 7th and at shortstop for the Lakers. There's a swing and a foul back off the left side. Libby Craik is catching and batting in the number 8 spot, and then it'll be Caitlin Williams batting 9th and in left field for Roosevelt. 7.9 ERA. There's a chopper up the first base line on 2 hops, gloved at first base, and it'll be an unassisted put out. A great play there at first base as it was a 2-hopper, weakly bounced up the first base line, and Pulliam at first was able to make the catch and then dive and get the tag of the runner. So again, Dvorak out 3 unassisted for the first out of the ball game. 1 ball, no strikes here for Urbanek. the wine and the delivery. And that'll be popped up right side. That'll be down the line and out of play. And so now Carroll back on the pitching rubber here, ready to deal. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed. Foul tip to be more accurate, and it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 here. Carroll into the wine, and the right-hander deals. So Roosevelt looking to get on the board here early on in this game. After being shut out in game number 1, Illinois-Springfield prevailing there by a score of 3-0. First pitch to Ava, and it hit her left. Meeting in the circle now here for Illinois-Springfield. And she's behind at no balls and a strike. Pearson, left-handed batter, stands set back in the batter's box. Here's the wind and the delivery. And it'll be in for a strike on the outer half, so Pearson behind to put out, then Urbanek the single, and then Ava Casper hit by a pitch. And so Roosevelt now runners at first and second. Kendall Pearson awaiting now the 1-2 offering. Bunted about 2/3 of the way to the circle. Picked up by Carroll. Fires a throw to first base. And I believe, it was about the great opportunity here in the early going for RU. Michelle Alexander now out to the home plate umpire with lineup card in hand. As they are trying to put the first runs of the game on the board. First pitch to Sullivan will be high and away, 1 ball and no strikes for Cassidy Sullivan. We play in the bottom of the first inning. Illinois-Springfield with a single tally in the top half of the frame, but Roosevelt threatening inning-ending double play. So Roosevelt threatening, but they cannot score. As in the inning for the Lakers, no runs. They pick up 2 hits. There were no errors. And 2 left on base, and after
crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me, and
let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the
here early in game number 2 in our Friday doubleheader. First pitch will be up in the zone, and it'll be, I believe, fouled back there. Might have hit the knob of the bat, so 0-1 here now to Mashing. Illinois-Springfield able. So now that will bring to the plate Rebecca Newpower, the left fielder. Left-handed batter stands in. Pitcher Alexis Carroll away. And that's where we stand here now as far as the scoring goes in this internet issues here today. We were rolling right along until about the 6th. So 1-2. Power is aboard, and now that'll bring up the pitcher, Alexis Carroll. Newpower able to go to second base. It was ruled a foul ball, and so the count now, no balls and 2 strikes here for Sydney Sawyer. Close out the frame.
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
A little defensive prowess there for the Lakers to end the last half inning on the 8-2 put out at the plate. Keeping Roosevelt to within a run at 1-0 here as we head to the bottom of the second inning. They get set here to go. They get set here to go in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch, check swing, and a foul ball right here into the netting directly in front of our ground level broadcast position. 0-1 here now to the leadoff Laker hitter here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Illinois-Springfield with a lead. Here's the one now, and here's the 0-2. Golfed into right field, down the line, and from here that view of the field is obstructed as a great attempt made there, a running attempt at the grab in the right field corner, not successful. And so it will go as a long foul ball. And the at-bat will continue here. Robing back into the batter's box now, right-handed batter stepping in. Here comes the wind and the 1-2 offering. Jammed and a pop-up, and then it'll drop into short left field for a bloop single here. And so Roosevelt with a base runner to start things off in the bottom of the second inning. Here, and that hits Borowski in the arm, or on the arm, and so Robing to second on the hit batter. Second hit batter of the doubleheader. A quick plate appearance there for Borowski. And now it will be for the Lakers, Libby Krakis, the catcher. Fading in and out here. We do apologize for that. We've never really had many issues over the years broadcasting from the Dome. Great facility here. Great for the Laker softball program, as we say every year, to have access to the facility to be able to play in the early stages of any calendar year. The meeting in the circle breaks 0-1. Caitlin Williams, the Laker left fielder, will be next. And then we'll recycle back to the top of the Roosevelt order. Here's the 0-1, missing off the outside edge, and the count even now, and a ball and a strike. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 in favor of Krakis, right-handed batter standing in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Missed outside, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Alexis Carroll swinging a line drive, and that'll be for UI. Issuing it looked like some instruction. Roosevelt Lakers, the pitch. Roosevelt Lakers, the pitch. Fouled off to the left, out of play. Will hold at 0-2. Runs it now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Out at second base to close out the frame. So Roosevelt threatening. All right, on we go now to the top half of inning number 3. Back to the top of the order now. Rosie Bartoletti will start things off here for Illinois-Springfield here in the top half of the third frame. In a 1-0 ball game. Half of the third frame. In a 1-0 ball game. So on we go to the top of the third inning. Her first time up in this game, back in the first inning. Bartoletti, you may recall, as we started the ball game, walked and then later scored back in the first inning for the only one of the game for either squad in this contest. First pitch here, and that'll be itch. That'll be spun back pitch. That'll be spun back, foul on a bunt attempt to make it 0-2 now for Chloe Scroggins. Olivia DeLuca next, then Aaron Pulliam for Illinois-Springfield as we play. Then Aaron Pulliam for Illinois-Springfield as we play here in this top half of inning number 3. Scroggins out of the box, now back in. The wind up and the delivery. And delivery. And the wind and the pitch. Golfed into the air, down the left field line. A little bit of a run here, but able to make the play in left field. Caitlin Williams just inside the line for the second out of the inning. And then a miss outside, 1-0. Aaron Pulliam will be next if the inning continues for Illinois-Springfield. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. For Illinois-Springfield, 1 ball, no strikes, the count. DeLuca back into the batter's box. And the delivery. Swinging a foul tip that went off the mask of Libby Krakos. Off to the right. 2-1 now here for DeLuca. Illinois scoreboard, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the 3rd frame. Pulliam retired back in the first inning. That was the second out of the frame. She's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Goes after the first pitch here and grounds it fouled up the third base side. 0-1. Goes after the first pitch here and grounds it fouled up the third base side. 0-1. Lakers will be back in action here at the Dome. Look like on the left hip. And so now runners at first and base here. So after the first and second base here. So after the first 2 batters retired, a walk and a hit batter. And that'll bring to the plate now Sophie Rivera for Illinois-Springfield. Rivera is 0 for 1 grounding. Here's the wind and the next pitch. Swung on and missed. So now mashing behind at 0-2. And a miss, strike 3. A little fist pump there in the circle for Luzzy, and that'll end the inning. So Illinois-Springfield threatening after getting a walk and a hit batter after 2 were retired. But in the end, they do not score. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd with a score. Illinois-Springfield 1, Roosevelt nothing. This is Roosevelt University. To the bottom of the 3rd inning here at the Dome in Rosemont, as Roosevelt trailing it here by a score of 1-0. Rebecca Urbanek will start it off here now for RU, as the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Roosevelt batting order due up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Alexis Carroll continuing on in the circle here. Here's the wind now, and the first pitch inside out swing, and it's pop foul to the right side out of play, and so Urbanek behind at 0-1. It'll be Urbanek, Casper, and then Pearson due up for the Lakers here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Right now, the pace of this game not quite as brisk. Roosevelt then still looking for their first run of the season after being shut out in game number 1. Here's the 0-2 changeup, just missed outside, and will continue the at bat at 1-2. So the Lakers have been shut out through the out to start the inning here for Roosevelt in the bottom of the 3rd frame. Here now is Ava Casper for RU. Ava was hit by a pitch in her first plate appearance back in inning number 1. The Lakers have 3 hits in the game thus far. Riser upstairs to even it up, 1-1. Correction, 2-0 is on the board. Back in. Lakers had a couple of opportunities as the game. And the delivery. Down and in, ball 4. So Casper draws the 1-out base on Pearson, now back into the batter's box. Alexis Carroll into the wind in the first pitch, and Pearson pitching slab. There's a swing and a foul off to the left out of play. 0-2 now for Kendall Pearson. So that'll be a fielder's choice as Pearson is aboard Ava Casper, forced at second base for the second out of the inning. And the first pitch here will be down low. 1-0 is the count now to Cassidy Sullivan. So Sullivan flies to right, and the inning coming to an end. In the inning for the Lakers, no runs in the frame on no hits.
Championships.
Throughout the GLIAC, passionate fans come support our athletes in 21 NCAA sponsored sports.
Time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, or offered to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments.
The top of the 4th inning, and Bailey mashing on the second pitch of the at-bat. She was behind 0-1, got jammed on a pitch, hit it off the bat handle, and blooped it into short left field for a base hit to start the rundown, and they will get the runner at third base. Well, there was an interesting hesitation. I was watching New Power rounding the bag at first, not sure because I was shielded on the view here at ground level whether or not the ball got through. I saw her hesitate and then saw the runner chance now here to add to their lead. They're up 1-0 in the top of the fourth frame. Alexis Carroll is due up here for Illinois-Springfield.
Rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yes. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control.
Yikes!
So you're on your own with the wasps.
And now comes in here trying to preserve what right now is a 1-0 deficit for Roosevelt. Illinois-Springfield, the only run of the game in the top of the first inning. And so now Riley Sarnecki, the first batter she will be facing. The call is safe at third base. And so New Power to third. And Springfield, and they are threatening here in the top of the fourth frame. Sarnecki coming on after the first two batters able to reach here. And the pitch. Jammed and a pop-up, and it'll be caught on the infield at shortstop by Borowski for the out. For one with a single in the game today, here in game two. First pitch off the catcher's mitt to the backstop. Cracus Fields throws to the pitcher, covering out at the plate. And the game stays a 1-0 ball game. That's the second out of the plate of the game for Illinois-Springfield, and that'll end the inning. So New Power out at home on a 2-1 caught stealing attempt. And the inning...
Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA.
To the pitcher covering, and the tag was applied, and so we stay in a 1-0 game as we're halfway home in game two. On we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Kennedy Robin now leading it off here for the Roosevelt University Lakers here in the bottom of the fourth. As RU trailing it by a score of 1-0. Only run of the game came in the top of the first inning for Illinois-Springfield. Alexis Carroll deals the first pitch here, and no balls and 2 strikes here. Ball tossed back now. The same ball will stay in play as Carroll circles around the pitching rubber inside the pitcher's circle. And now back and ready to go. Missed inside to square it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we've seen so many close calls on pitches. To be perfectly honest with you, I thought that a lot of them would have gone the opposite way. I thought that was going to be a called third strike. That didn't happen. We've seen the reverse as well, as the 2-2 missing outside. Batter on the elbow. After having, I think, one in the first game, we've had a flurry of hit batters here in game number 2, and the Lakers have the tying run aboard to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. See if we have a courtesy runner now about to come into the game. As Sophia Borowski due up here now for Roosevelt. So it appears coming into the ball game now here for Roosevelt will be Nina Matthews, the freshman from Addison, Illinois. It is Matthews. So Nina Matthews is in the game at first base to run. Here is Sophie Borowski now for the road after it kind of cued it off the end of the bat foul behind home. Borowski in her own right was hit by a pitcher first time to the plate back in inning number 2. Carroll into the wind and the 0-1. And a bunt attempt that will be missed. Back pick on an attempt at first base, but the runner back in safely. The second trying to get the runner off the bag, but that didn't work out. And so Borowski out on, and the first. And Lakers so far have been held off the board in the
assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm...
Council.
Sidney Sawyer leading it off here in the top of the 5th inning in a 1-0 ball game. Sawyer, 2 balls and no strikes. Left-handed batter waits on the pitch. Cue to the left side of the infield and into left field for a base hit. So Sawyer is 0 for 1 with a walk. Popped to the pitcher last time up. No balls position now. And a chance to add to their lead as they're up 1-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. They're right in front of Cassidy Sullivan, who hesitated a little bit, then fielded the time up. She also has a sacrifice. First pitch here is high, 1 ball and no strikes. So Illinois-Springfield trying to, the only run of the game in the top of the 1st inning. One ball and 2 strikes the count. The pitch. Walk back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to DeLuca back into the batter's box. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And so that runs it now to no balls and 2 strikes for DeLuca. Illinois-Springfield a tenuous 1-run lead here at 1-0. That was the same situation for much of the opening game today before Illinois-Springfield scored a pair in the top half of the 7th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the wind of the pitch. Way upstairs to even it up at 2-2. So a 2-2 count. DeLuca again out of the batter's box there. DeLuca now back in. Even stance. Back foot just inside the back line of the batter's box. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. And we'll hold it 2-2. Roosevelt looking to even the line now. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back out of play. And we'll hold now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. DeLuca out of the box, takes a couple of quick practice swings. Now just getting back into the box at this moment as the count holding at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good at bat here. Good battle between pitcher and catcher. Zarnecki into the wind of the pitch, and it'll be into the dirt down low and away, 3-2. So a full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coming more intense, a little bit more pressure increasing here as the game goes on toward the latter stages. 3 balls and 2 strikes here now to DeLuca. Zarnecki checks the wristband. Now into the wind and the payoff. Fouled back again on a play, so a good battle here. Olivia DeLuca doing a great job here, staying in the at-bat. And we hold at 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base, and that will end the inning. Good play there at second base is space, and that will end the inning. Good play there at second base is getting to the ball, moving to her left there a little bit was Cassidy Sullivan. Sullivan was able to scoop it up underhanded to first base to end the inning, and we remain in a 1-0 ball game. Well, Roosevelt has been able to get out of some tough situations here with some very good defense here in this second ball game. So in the inning for Illinois-Springfield, they do not score, no runs in the frame. They pick up a hit, no errors, and a runner left on base, and we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is Illinois-Springfield 1, Roosevelt nothing. This is Roosevelt University softball.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions.
Student athletes are champions in the classroom and the community.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The GLIAC is.
The Conference of Champions.
On we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Roosevelt trailing it here 1-0. And it'll be Ella Dvorak leading it off here for the Lakers in the bottom of the half of the 5th frame as, again, Alexis Carroll going to work now for Illinois-Springfield. Lakers were shut out in game number 1. There's a swing and a line foul on the left field side, and it'll be 0-1 now for Dvorak. Ella in this game is reach on a bunt single to start the Roosevelt 5th inning. So Dvorak aboard at first with a tying run. And that'll bring up Rebecca Urbanek now. She is 1 for 2, a single and a ground out to third base. Well, in this game, pitch will be a strike called on the knees. Runner going through to second base. Tag applied, but not in time. And so, Dvorak with a stolen base. And now Roosevelt with a tying run in scoring position. So now Rebecca Urbanek back into the batter's box here. And that was a bouncer up the middle. Urbanek swinging, bouncing it over the left half of the circle. Diving there was the shortstop Bartoletti. It went off the edge of her glove and into short center field, and now Roosevelt with runners at the corners. So Urbanek aboard with her second single of the game. Dvorak going to third, meeting in the circle now. So the meeting in the circle continues as we have a 1-0 game. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning here. And Roosevelt again threatening. They've had opportunities in both ends of the doubleheader here today, but so far have not been able to score. And it's 0-1 here for Casper. Casper has been hit by a pitch and also has walked in the game today. Chance to deliver here for the Lakers. No balls, 1 strike the count. The wind and the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air down the right field line. That'll curl foul. And so now Ava be pitch on the way. And that'll be cued down the right field line. And that'll be caught just inside the line. And then a throw to the plate. And no play available here as the runner has to go back. Oh, that was a great catch by Sawyer down the right field line on the run. Spun and then threw to the plate. And no chance for Ella Dvorak to score from third. So Casper lines to right field. The runners have to hold. There is now 1 out on the inning for Kendall Pearson. Kendall back into the batter's box. Here's the wind now by Alexis Carroll and the pitch. Runners at second and third. That pitch fouled back out of play. And that'll even the count now at a ball and a strike. So 1-2 here. Alexis Carroll back now on the pitching rubber. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Righty versus lefty matchup. Runners at second and third, 1 away. The pitch swung on, and that'll be coming in to score. As we said, Dvorak coming in to score. Urbanek going to third. We're tied at 1. And now a bit of a delay here before Cassidy Sullivan is going to step into the batter's box here for Roosevelt. So Sullivan stands in. She is hit into a double play and flied out to right field. Here's the wind now and the first pitch. Up high and tight, 1 ball to no strikes. And on the pitch, Kendall Pearson taking second base uncontested. So runners now at second and third. 1-0 count here to Cassidy Sullivan. Chance for the Lakers to take their first lead of the start here. As again, Sullivan flies to right. And again, the Lakers have hit the ball well to the outfield at times, but not dropping, and it will stay up even though they hit the ball with great contact. And now that'll bring up Kennedy Roby into the plate here for Roosevelt now. Here's Alexis Carroll into the wind. The first pitch jammed. So now 0-1 to Roby. The pitch. Low and outside. And that'll even it up now 1-1. Sophie Borowski would be next if the inning continues here for the Lakers. 2 on, 2 out, a run in here for Roosevelt. We're in the 5th inning in a 1-1 game. So the inning ends. The inning ends on a fly out to center field. And for the Lakers in the 5th inning, they pick up a run in the frame. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and a pair left on base We have played through 5. We are all leaving at 1 between Roosevelt and Illinois-Springfield. This is Roosevelt University.
Be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's
As we come back, we head to the top of the 6th inning. It is a 1-1 ball game. As Roosevelt able to pull even in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And again, we express our appreciation for, as here's a swing and a 2-hopper in Illinois-Springfield. And again, she grounded out 4-3 on the first pitch of the inning. And so 1 away, and now it looks like we may have another pinch hitter coming to the plate here for Illinois-Springfield. Top of 6 in a 1-1 game. And we will have a pinch hitter coming up for Sophie Rivera. Stewart, right-handed batter, stands in, and the first pitch is in there on the outer half of the called strike, and it's 0-1. Rivera had gone 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Stewart back into the batter's box now. 1-1 game. The pitch. Stewart takes high, shoulder high for a ball to make it 2-1. Riley Sarnecki continuing in the circle here for the Lakers. At first base, here's the 3-1. Taking all the way, that'll fill the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. So a full count as we approach the 4 o'clock hour here in the Central Time Zone. Opening day 2026 for Roosevelt softball. Here's the 3-2, jammed and popped up right side out of play. And the payoff will be fouled back out of play. With our internet issues here, I'm trying to time the calls so when our connection comes back, so to you, the listener out there, it sounds a little bit, at least it sounds somewhat seamless. Illinois-Springfield. All right, so mashing now to the plate. She's 2 for 2 in this game. And hitting here in a clutch situation. First pitch jammed her, and it's rolled and stopped. Cassidy came in and was able to field the ball there and make the play to first base as the runner now, Stewart, able to advance to second. So 2-way in the inning. And now the first pitch here to Rebecca Newpower. And that'll be, I believe, outside for ball 1. So the go-ahead run in scoring position now for Illinois-Springfield. 2 balls and no strikes is the... So a swing and a miss. So Newpower situation now. So after the bunt's out, so it'll be a 2-out walk to extend the inning here for Newpower. And Carroll in the game is 0 for 2. Popped a shortstop last time out. All back behind home plate and out of play. So now Carroll, and then the throw to third from Borowski. Rather than the rule here in this game. As anyway, Carroll on the fielder's choking the frame. So in the inning for Illinois.
Fantastic. Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. But prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
All right, here we go now to the bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-1 game. And here's the first pitch of the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's going to be a swing and a miss here. As leading it off here for Roosevelt now, this will be Sophie Borowski. As a new pitcher coming on in the game now for Illinois-Springfield. Good ball game here in game 2 of our doubleheader. Here to Sophia Borowski. Stan Hull, a sophomore right-hander from Wood River, Illinois. Transfer from St. Louis Community College. count on the board now. A ball and 2 strikes to Borowski. Here's the pitch. Oh, great off-speed pitch that dropped down to the zone. It'll for a called strike, and it's 0-1. So 0-1 now to Krakis. As we said, Libby 0 for 2 in the game. Caitlin Williams will be next. Then we'll recycle back to the top of the Roosevelt order. Here comes the 0-1 off speed and in there for a called strike. And so now 0-2 here for Krakis. Libby, right-handed batter, taps the plate with the bat. So on the 1-2, Krakis fouling it back on a check swing, and we hold it a ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-1 game. The wind of the pitch. And Krakis reaches out at a ball on the outer half of the plate and bloops into the right center field for a base hit. So the lead runner aboard here for Roosevelt on a bloop single to right center field, and that'll bring to the plate Caitlin Williams. Here, pulled the bat back, and the pitch was missing outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Now Michelle Alexander coming out to talk to the home plate umpire, holding the lineup card. We play in the bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-1 game. Roosevelt trying to get the doubleheader split here on opening day. And all right, so it appears as if we are ready to resume. In a 1-1 contest in the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, Caitlin Williams back into the batter's box. Squares to bunt, pulled the bat back, and the pitch came in high. So after the called strike now, the count goes to 2-1 for Caitlin Williams. Left-handed batter awaits. Here's the pitch. Squared to bunt, pulled it back, and the pitch was in there for a strike to even it up now 2-2. Ella Dvorak in the on-deck circle for the Lakers as we'll recycle back to the top of the RU order here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the wind of the chopper again, foul to the left of home plate. So Williams staying in the at-bat here with a couple of foul balls chopped to the left of home plate, and we're going to hold even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of 6 in a 1-1 game. Here's the pitch. Taken, and a called third strike on the inside corner on a delayed call. Center field and underneath it, and the catch is going to be made. And that will end the inning. As Dvorak swinging at the first pitch and getting under it and popping it up to medium deep center field to Scroggins, who made the catch to end the frame. So in the inning, again, a team threatens but not able to score. No runs in the inning for the Lakers. On a hit.
Will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
The GLIAC is the Conference of Champions. Since its inception in 1972, GLIAC teams have won 53 national championships.
The GLIAC is
the Conference of Champions.
As we come back, heading to the top of the 7th inning, and Sydney Sawyer leading it off now, the number 9 hitter in the order for Illinois-Springfield, taking the first pitch on the outside half for a called strike, and it's 0-1. It'll be Sawyer, Bartoletti, and then Scroggins due up here for Illinois-Springfield. Here's the wind of the 0-1 pitch. Taken, and here's the 1-1. Swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. We'll run it now to a ball and 2 strikes. Sawyer out of the box as the ball tossed back now to the pitcher circle here. Riley Zarnecki trying to keep this game tied as she continues on in the circle. Here's the next pitch in the air, short left field coming on, and that ball will drop, it appears. It was shielded here by Libby Krakis, the catcher, but it looks like it did drop as a good effort there at shortstop by Borowski, who I believe now was slow getting up. Not sure if that's Borowski or the left fielder Caitlin Williams, and now will have time called. And now we're at. So Sawyer aboard on the single. And that brings us back to the top of the order, and Rosie Bartoletti now. She grounded out last time up and takes the first pitch for ball one a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. Bartoletti has a walk, a pop out in time. So on the 1-0 pitch, it was taken, and then on the plate, Sawyer going to second, the throw one hopping in, so Sawyer aboard now in scoring position with a go-ahead Chloe Scroggins. So after the pop out, Scroggins now to the plate, 1 on, 1 out in the inning. 1-1 ball game, tense ball game here in Rosemont. First pitch here, a riser high, 1 ball and no strikes. Foul. And so that'll make the count a ball and a strike. Scroggins taking the first pitch low, the second pitch fouled off down the left field line. And whereas as I said, we're even now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Olivia DeLuca would be next, then it would be Aaron Pulliam for. So the 1-1 pitch coming in up high. Now 2 balls and a strike. And the delivery. Down the left field line, and that'll be a foul ball. Caitlin Williams giving chase there and nearly was able to make the catch as she crossed the Illinois-Springfield, taking the opener 3-0. And we're involved in a great ball game here in game number 2. Here comes the 2-2. And it'll be taken low and away to fill the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Chloe Scroggins. Caught for the out. I was shielded on the view there by the infielders, but Caitlin Williams coming on and the catch made, and that'll end the inning. Shielded there. And that was a double play as it turned out, as it was caught in left field, and then the out recorded at third base as Sawyer was out to end the inning. So that was a double play and end the inning. And that closes out the frame. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Lakers can win it with a run here as they are in a 1-1 tie. Alexis Carroll will try to keep this game tied and send us to extras in game number 2 of the season. And the first pitch here will miss low and outside, 1-0 to Rebecca Urbanek. Heart of the order coming up for the Lakers now. No strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike on the inner half to make it 2-1 now. So the Lakers again getting a third defensive double play of the doubleheader there at the end of the last half inning. And it's kind of a misspeak there. There's a swing and a grounder off the heel of the glove at third base. It goes to the shortstop, and then the throw from there is too late. That went right down the line there. Trying to field it at third base there was Masha. It went off the heel of the glove there toward Bartoletti at short, but the throw not in time. And the first pitch here is high. 1 ball, no strikes to Ava Casper. Casper has been hit by a pitch, walked, and lined to right field. We're in the 7th, 1-1 tie. Lakers looking for their first win of the year on day 1 of the season. There's a strike called on the outer half, and then leaving it up now, 1 ball and 1 strike. The wind and the pitch. And that'll be off the outside edge. And now 3-1 here. A miss here by by Stanhull, and the Lakers will have the winning run in scoring position. Here's the next pitch. Missing inside, ball 4. And now the winning run is in scoring position. And that'll bring to the plate Kendall Pearson. Starting off, this inning starting off with Urbanek reaching on a sharp grounder to third, and then Ava Casper with a base on ball. So Roosevelt runners at first and second. And nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning looking for the win. Trying to get the doubleheader split against Illinois-Springfield. So here we go. Here's Kendall Pearson now to the plate here for Roosevelt. And no strikes to count. Stanhull under the wind of the pitch. An attempt to bunt, and it hit the bottom of the bat, then was caught behind the plate anyway. So it'll wind up to be technically, I think, a foul ball strike, and the count even at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind and the pitch. Taken just off the outside edge to make it 2-1. At third base. So Urbanek trying to go to third there on the play. She had no choice. Runners were at first and second, and a good play by Stanhull, who threw to third base and got the runner for the out. That'll be the first out of the inning. Ava Casper to second. Pearson reaching on the fielder's choice. That was a 5-4 putout on the more advantageous for Illinois-Springfield in a way, as you get a force at any base except home, and that was what happened there just now on the at-bat by Kendall Pearson. Here now is Cassidy Sullivan for the Lakers. Sullivan awaits. The first pitch of the at-bat going to the backstop, advancing the runners, and now a meeting in the circle here amongst the infielders. Meeting continuing in the circle. And now it breaks up and we're ready to resume. Stanhull the sign. Here's the pitch. Up high. And they'll run it now to 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 now. The worst thing here defensively for Illinois-Springfield. Here's the wind and the 3-0. Up and away, ball 4. That'll load them up. So the bases are now loaded here for the Lakers. And that'll bring to the plate. So now Robin into the batter's box. First pitch here. Changeup in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Kennedy. Out. Stanhull looks in for the sign now. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Kennedy Robain. The wind to make it 2-2. Robain taking a letter high called strike. 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the wind. Here's the sign, rather. Called that wind up too early. Stanhull taking her time, understandably so. Looks in for the sign now. Well, that last pitch was a heater on the inner half. Tough to make contact with. Here's Borowski who struck. And we'll return to action here. No balls, 1 strike the count. 0-1 here to Borowski. Here's the wind of the pitch. Just off the outside edge to even the count at a ball and a strike. Runners at second and third. 2 on, 2 out, bottom 7 in a 1-1 game. Stanhull looks in for the sign now. And the 1-1. Riser high to make it 2-1. Well, we went the limit last at bat here, and then Stanhull recording this. And the Lakers have won the game. Sophie Borowski jumping on the pitch, lining it to right center field. And the runner coming in from third, that was Ava Casper. And the Lakers pull out a win here in game number 2. For the Lakers in the inning, they pick up a run. And they pick up the win. Your final totals in this game for Roosevelt, as the 2 teams now coming out to home plate here. Great contest, great doubleheader here this afternoon. As your final totals for the Lakers, Roosevelt. So again, a dramatic end here, and the Lakers win the nightcap 2-1 after Illinois-Springfield winning the opener. Well, hope you enjoyed our coverage here of our doubleheader, and thank you for sticking with us during our little bit of an internet issue here. As we said, we were sailing along throughout most of the first game, then it kind of took a little bit of a turn sideways, so we thank you for your patience here, and we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. The Lakers will be next in action here at the Dome in the Lewis University event, and then they'll head to Florida, and we'll be picking up the coverage as we go along. Good afternoon.